Interest rates are going up. Trying to get ahead is mighty, mighty tough. Bill collectors at my door. I need someone to help me raise my credit score. Inflation is up. My mortgage is due. Bill collectors calling me and threatening to sue. I've got bad credit. What should I do? I'll pick up the phone and call her. That's what I'll do. Every night, yeah. Using your parents and your grandparents' account. Taking your parents' bank accounts and seizing it. Bill collectors from taking your mother and your grandmother's reports. Come join us. Come join us in this. You worry about your mothers, you worry about your grandmothers. Stop them seizing their bank accounts. Stop the bill collectors who want us to be attorneys.
Well, thanks for joining us. I'm Rebecca Cook, and this is Comcast Newsmakers. This hour's newsmaker is Polto. She's the credit expert, and our topic today is credit for seniors and what's next. Thanks for joining us today, Pearl.
Well, welcome back. I'm glad to be back here again.
Good. So tell us in general what's going on, what's happening.
Well, when I say what's next, it's pretty sad what's happening to our senior citizens. The Social Security is a financial mainstream for all senior citizens and disability checks. And what happened is a lot of 80% of the seniors have their Social Security checks deposited automatically into their checking account. Now, attorneys today are going in a back door, going to civil court, small claims court, getting a garnishment order and freezing their account. Now, is this legal? The Social Security Act says no. The Social Security Act actually is under federal law where they prohibit any exemption. In other words, your Social Security check is exempt from any bank holding it. But what's happening is the Social Security Administration, they put a stop to it. Once the check goes out, they're not responsible anymore. So what happens is now the banks and the bill collectors are saying, well, it's not our responsibility. So what's happening is these bill collectors are going into the bank accounts that are senior citizens, which are supposed to be exempt from the law. In other words, they cannot touch. Here's the problem. The problem is there's two people's money into the account. In other words, the Social Security is directly, automatically deposited into the account. But if I wrote them a check, that's also deposited. So they have to, there's a protection under the law, under their checking account, but there's no protector.
Right.
So it's a free-for-all.
So in between when you get it and spend it, someone can take it.
And somebody could take it because they don't know which is what, which is the Social Security check. As of April 1st, there's new rules and regulations, but the rules and regulations is saying no court is allowed to do this again when it comes to a Social Security check. No court. The bad news is they cannot separate the other checks that are going into that same account. So the senior citizens it's a windfall situation, and it's bad news because a bill collector for a medical bill can still go inside these accounts and say, well, which is what? The bank is your protector now to say, hey, you're not allowed to take money from this person's checking account.
So that's the next step then. What can a senior look out for? And then what can they do?
Well, they're looking out for it. It's pretty scary because on a Saturday, which has already happened already to a senior citizen, on a Saturday, they got a wage attachment. On a Monday, it was frozen for $4,000 and all their checks bounced. So they have to be aware of it. How they can safeguard themselves is, and you have to do this. All seniors have to do this. It's two checking accounts. One is for the Social Security. So the bank will know anybody that comes to them by saying, no, you're not allowed to touch this. And the other one is a complete separate checking account. It's a little bit extra work, but the aggravation of somebody freezing your account, you're going to have to get an exempt form. You're going to have to go pay a fee. So I'm going to tell people all over, if they're having this problem, there are solutions to get two checking accounts. It may be a little bit out of their territory, but it's well worth it because credit is getting worse in this country than better when it comes to exemptions, and attorneys don't care anymore. They're attaching their wages.
Thank
My name is Gloria Smith, and my husband and I took out a loan for my son. We co-signed it. At the time, he had a little bit of trouble. He went and tried to pay, and later on, it took like 2 years, 3 years, and they were going to sue us. And they went and they froze my checking account. They froze my Social Security. I never even knew about it. They went and I couldn't pay. I paid checks. All my checks came back bounced. I had to pay legal fees of $100. They ruined my life. They ruined my son. They just ruined my life. And this is why I'm out here protesting.
They really did this to you?
I went back to Monday, and I could not put any money in.
You better get them. Good luck.
Joanne Needleman, part of the firm. She actually froze the account illegally. This could be you. Joanne Needleman, if you're out there, come on down. Apologize to the woman. Apologize for taking her life, taking her money away. This could be you. Needleman and Company. This could be you. Come on down and apologize to the woman. Save face. You ruined her life, you ruined her finances, and you ruined everything about this woman. The banks don't trust her, the creditors don't trust her because of you.
My name is John Phillips. I'm a senior citizen. I'm a veteran. Years ago, when I had a Visa account by Advantage Corporation, I got behind and they wrote me off. But before they wrote me off, they told me to come up and bring my payment. When I did, I had a tape recorder to tape them because they were always lying about my payments. And when I threatened them with that tape recorder, they got scared, called the police.
Yes, my name is Maggie Tice. The increase of credit departments, the emphasis on senior citizens.
Hi, my name is Denise Harlan, and I'm working with Polto on Credit Lifeline. We're here to inform individuals on their rights as consumers to ensure that they can receive proper credit ratings to help them achieve mortgages, credit card ratings, to be able to get better interest rate for any types of loans. So I'm here to assist Pearl in helping her complete her journey of credit lifeline.
Well, a lot of people have credit problems. Mortgage companies are going under, making it worse for people to get credit until their credit is corrected. So mortgage companies right now are so much in catastrophe. No one even knew what a credit score was. And the reason why was it was in the darkness. And the only one that had the credit scores was the finance companies and the mortgage companies. No one thought it was necessary for the people to know their credit score. I am here today to educate the people on how to correct their credit, how to do it themselves without getting ripped off by a council service, credit repair company, or whatever. They can do it themselves. They can actually dispute with the credit bureaus. They don't have to wait 7 years. They can do it in 30 days. I mean, so all this is knowledge. They don't have to be harassed by bill collectors. They can actually reverse and turn the tables around and sue the bill collectors. So today, I'm giving them more education than the system knows. There's no schools out there until now. CreditUniversity.com, I'm the dean of the website. I'm proud to be about it. But the thing is, now the people will know more than the system. Instead of a bill collector or a creditor scaring you, you will say, no, I have the education. I know the education. I know what to do to turn the tables around. That's what you're okay. When you attended my last seminar here, workshop here, right?
Correct.
Tell me what happened after you attended it.
Well, after I attended the session, I pulled my credit report.
Okay.
I saw some items on there that were correct in my early 20s, and I just started writing letters
To the credit bureaus?
To the credit bureaus. They sent me a credit. Sometimes they sent it back. They couldn't make the inquiries,
Right.
so they took things off. And then as the letters were coming in, I saved it on my computer and just deleted the account numbers that were taken off and sent it back out.
Did you ever think it could be done?
No, I didn't think it was going to work.
You didn't think it was going to work?
And it's like I put a card in someone's name, I co-signed for someone.
Okay.
And that was still on there, and I just kept writing and saying that this,
So it can be
Yes.
done. It can be done. It's just that people don't want to do it themselves. And now
Exactly.
you're getting another home.
Yes.
So you're right back where you started here in my class.
Yes. But this time I'm volunteering.
But this time you're
to help someone
volunteering.
else.
Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. All right.
I don't care if you're a client or not a client. Mail me your bills. Don't just throw them out in the trash when it comes to bill collectors. Here's why. I had a show one time in Atlantic City, a TV show, and I had our consumer protection attorney. He was on, he showed me a bill collector letter, and I thought I knew every trick in the book when it comes to bill collectors. And I turned it over, I said, can't read it. He said, there's the violation right there. If there's one word that's in a violation, you have a free lawsuit case. Congress passed a free lawsuit case for you, the consumers. Maybe there's no lawsuit cases out there anymore because 9% of the attorneys went into bill collection companies. But I love it too, because your attorneys, who happens to be bill collectors, they're more liable. Not only they have to, 6 years ago, Congress passed where the attorneys have the same responsibility as the bill collectors. They cannot harass you either. And if they do, it's a double whammy for my clients, for me, because I report them to the bar. If you get a phone call, you hear the favorite expression, I'm from the law firm. Well, the first thing you say to them is, are you an attorney? Well, no. But I'm from a law firm of, that's to intimidate you. One time, and I have this on tape, one time one of my clients from Delaware called me up and said, Pearl, I hope you're right. I said, no, not hope. What's going on? He said, the sheriff was over. They're bringing over Tuesday to take my possessions, and I'm petrified. He said, do you have a video camera? He said, no. I said, go out and rent one. And when they come to the door, tape record everything that they say, they do, and if they take anything, I'll make you rich and famous. But the thing is, rent the video camera. So he did. He rented a video camera. I watch this tape every now and then, and I still save it, just for laughter at times. But it taught this client a lesson. 5 people with 5 cars pulled up in front of his driveway. Talk about intimidation. They knocked on his door. He opened it with this video camera, and he said, I'm sending a copy of this to Pearl Polto and to 2020. Well, here you see in the film, they're going like this, backing up. They get into their car. They're also backing up reverse so we wouldn't get the driver's license on the tape. Now, I said to my client, he said, I didn't know it was that easy. What would have happened if I didn't know you and they came in? I said, you would have had a bigger lawsuit case, because suppose they took your TV set. Now, that TV could be mine, could be your mother's, your father's, could be anybody. They just can't steal another person's possession. But they're not going to tell you this either. So this is little secrets of the bill collectors, what they don't want you to know. If they ever try to intimidate you, and one time on my radio show, Sheriff John Green and I said, who's doing this? And he says, not from my department. But you know, the bill collectors are getting worse. But there are some humorous stories in this, and the humor stories actually comes to me every day. I received a call. They said, Pearl, I want to become a client. It was referred to you. And I said, where do you work at? NCO. I said, the collection company? You're a bill collector. So she says to me, well, you know what? There's another person in my field that also I want to refer you to. And I said, who's that? And she said, the president. I said, get out. Put him on. So here's the president of a bill collection company, gets on the phone. I said, how can I help you? He said, well, I want my credit. I want to raise my score, and I'm getting harassed. Well, I'm chuckling. I said, what is your position? He said, well, I'm a president of a collection company. Well, then you know what to do. You do know we could sue bill collectors if you are getting harassed with another company or your company. But I will make a deal with you. Every client that you decide to call to say and harass them, I'll make a deal. You'll make $100 over each one that you say I can help you out, refer them to me, clear their credit. Oh, I can't do that. We'll go out of business. I said, you're going to go out of business anyway once the word is spread. Pure English, I write my books in pure English, I talk in pure English so you understand. Because now bill collectors are even hiring bill collectors. Who's allowing this to happen? I hate to say it, it's our administration. It's the lobbyist. We need to change what's going on. When I was writing my book, the bankruptcy courts were filled with people for one reason. They were getting harassed by bill collectors, and they wanted to stop it all. So I was so glad when that new law was passed by saying you got to go to a counsel service, but then even that's bad. But bankruptcy, the only people back then, that should have filed bankruptcy, if you were back on your mortgage, not your credit cards, back on your mortgage. Bankruptcy is to protect your home, not your credit cards. To protect your home so you don't lose it. They were the only people, I would say, how far back are you on your mortgage? 6 months. Okay, you're the exception to the rule. This was years ago now. You should file. Not today. Then years later went back, I would say, well, you're back on your mortgage. There's still no reason even to file Chapter 13. We're going to have you refinance. I'm going to send you to our mortgage people. We're going to have you refinance. Now that was okay too. No reason to file bankruptcy. But with all the mortgage companies going under, another dilemma we put ourselves into. And who's doing it? It's not you, the people. It's not you. The credit cards are raising interest rates. The bankruptcy court is doubling and tripling. The mortgage companies are saying, I'll take you with anything and make you lose your home. The real estate agents are saying, buy a home for $250,000 and you can't even afford a home that's $100,000, but you like the home. So you are the victims, and you don't even know it. But you're going to fall prey 5 years down the road, maybe even 1 year down the road. So when somebody says to you, I think I'm going to file bankruptcy, I'm over debt, what you say to these people could be friends, your family, your relatives, what you say to them is, why do you want to file? You back on your mortgage loan? No, that's just too much credit card debt. Don't file.